That's...
Hurry, let's stare at it instead of paying attention to Pete.
Donald, we'll come back for it later. Pete's heading for the doorway.
And it's not like if we leave this here, someone could steal it.
And risk death by the king? That's not gonna happen.
But he's not the king yet.
Ah.
He has no power.
Donald can be broke now.
Yeah,
What do you mean, not the king yet? They're building his castle!
I mean, he has a point.
Who has a point?
okay, I actually got it mixed up for a minute. Is that just our jokey head canon, or was that actually stated that they were in the middle of building the castle during this?
They're building the castle. This is the construction site, which is why I said they built it on a wharf.
You're still wet behind the ears.
Then try us.
They wiped out a whole fishing economy for that castle, which led to that joke about Brian, this is like where your house was, where the bathrooms go.
Also, why does Pete suddenly gain Toon Force powers when he's here? Also, look at that combo!
I love how the other Pete isn't doing jack shit.
Dude.
Pete used to be in an old cartoon, so of course he'd get his old-timey powers back when here.
But the other Pete is the one that should have those powers and not this one.
But they're the same Pete?
But the game kinda acts like they're not. Because, again, I know this is a result of how actual history progressed, but that means just in this world, one day Pete woke up and was a bulldog. Again, I know that's how actual history went.
And your point, cousin? You don't just wake up and change gender or
And
species?
that is how you massacre Pete.
And that is how you buy a space.
I'm gonna be honest.
It serves you right.
I felt bad for Pete just then.
Why?
Because I didn't realize. So, I'm going to be honest. On every difficulty we ever played, because I've never played critical mode,
And chaos.
you can just hit things, and they die, and it's over. You know, critical mode has taught me that I have tools that I need to use. Limits are broken. Brian, are limits broken?
Are limits broken?
Yes.
Well, I mean, pretty much. For the most part, yeah.
And so I just use limits and drive forms. And won.
The funny thing is, isn't the modern design of Pete, didn't that come from a Goofy movie?
Hello? That creep was you from the future. That's a secret.
That's not possible. I'm a cat, not a bulldog.
Oh, never mind. Sorry I put you guys through all that trouble.
So this isn't the oldest...
Ryan, how do you feel about this world?
Well, this world in its entirety, I mean, you know, it's not the worst world.
I'll let you pilot my steamboat. Best
When you
bit
say
of
not the
Babcock
worst
River.
world.
My deckhand Mickey's late
I
anyway.
mean, you know, you have the basically minigame sections, which is basically just, you know, kill Heartless. That's probably the worst part about the world. But outside of that, I mean, you know, what's wrong with it? Nothing I can really think of.
Because that's literally all you do with this entire world.
What's wrong with that?
That's my problem with
When you
it.
get monochrome.
Which is, again, probably the best Keyblade design.
But what else would you do though in old school cartoon land?
Just do like a normal world.
Again, what
That
else
would
you do
be-
in old school cartoon land?
But that
If
would
it's a
be
normal world, then we
boring.
don't need like 3 bosses. It's like we do on like other worlds.
And I think the Heartless...
Who would it be?
I think the
I
fighting...
don't know.
That's the
We
problem.
fought Pete. What about
It would all that it would.
What do you
end
mean?
up
We
being-
had 3 bosses. We fought the steamboat. We fought Pete. We
And-
fought Pete again.
And also, I think the...
They had to make the Steamboat and Future Pete a boss, because otherwise we'd have to beat up Clara the cow, and what did she
No,
do?
you could... No, you could use the Mad Doctor character.
Hey, look. There are 4 to 5 rooms. There's actually 2 more than that. But
Also, what I was going to say...
Halloween Town is literally a straight line.
Also, what I was going to say was from from a design standpoint, I think that world is actually kind of clever, because if you notice, each of the Heartless battles are all mostly self-contained, like different cartoon shorts. The world is basically a collection of old cartoon
Yes,
shorts.
but like Brian said, those parts are bad.
What is Daisy's job in this castle?
To be Daisy.
What do you mean? She's like the royal advisor to the queen.
Is she?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all
Huh,
I've ever
hey.
gotten out of Daisy.
Oh, and there's this is another case, I believe, of this game being censored.
About our date again. You'd better have a good excuse this time. I know it's an important mission, but you could at least check in every once in a while.
I do love this couch.
Donald?
Going somewhere?
Daisy is literally Minnie's
Donald!
girlfriend.
Also,
You know,
Uh,
when Minnie needs to talk about how
if
Chip and Dale
I,
didn't do that thing that she told him to do,
okay, now
she'll go
what?
to Daisy and be like, Daisy, wait till I tell you what them 2 little
Now, like,
chipmunks
if
did
you're-
today.
Now, if you're wondering what the thing that was censored in the American version there was, it was that last second when they come back, America cut out all of that animation. Before yelling at Donald, Daisy is basically, she was hitting him in the butt, and that looked kind of sexual was the way their poses were. So yeah, that's why America just cut all that out.
You know what's sad? I
Alright.
too imagine Daisy as a sassy black woman. I'm
Okay.
not sure why.
Isn't she though?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess in the same way that Piccolo is definitely
Donald,
a black man.
where were you a Saturday night?
How much longer?
You recall we were supposed to have a date Saturday? Killing Heartless.
Daisy just here as Minnie's gal
Somebody-
pal.
Somebody.
No,
Yeah, basically.
no, don't you understand? Donald
Please
and
tell the
Daisy's
king that
situations
we're
are
still
literally sees Giant Heartless out,
Wait.
destroying the kingdom. Honey, where's my magical wand?
Wait, I just... Wait,
Why do you need it? The kingdom's in danger. Our dinner's in danger. The kingdom needs me, woman.
I just realized something fucked up.
I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get.
Hold on, I just realized something fucked up. Minnie and Daisy have modern equivalents. Clarabelle Cow doesn't.
No, she did.
No, because then we'd have to actually care about horse to horse.
Carson Clarabelle is buried under the castle
Along with the horse.
with all the interlopers.
She tried to form a workers' union, I see.
When Disney Castle and Kingdom Hearts 3 actually has story, and you explore the world to find the hidden dark knight. I am here to avenge all those who fell in the
See?
rise of King
Magic
Mickey.
Keyblade. As much as Hidden Dragon, I guess.
Increases the
It's
effective restoration items used on the
It,
field by
it's
50%.
the strength of the Kingdom Key, but the magic of Hidden Dragon.
It has item boost. Just like Dot Hack.
And now wisdom.
which you don't use it, except for the scenarios where you do use it. Then it's God tier.
Now that we have it, our level cap for both forms has increased.
You know what that means?
Dance, water, dance?
It means grinding. But first, gotta take a poo break.
Gotta have a poo in the woods!
I will beat that joke into the ground.
So part of the great thing about this world is you get really good stuff from areas.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, that was the only reason you would play 100 Acre Wood in Kingdom Hearts 1.
And wondering.
Hell, remember, Chain of Memories cut the bullshit and just made it a room full of treasure chests.
Wednesday, of course.
Wednesday.
Just a comment on it. I know that's classic poo look, but that shirt is like, that just looks uncomfortable. I mean,
Who is everyone?
he's barely covered, and it's just like that shirt barely covers anything.
God damn, how strong does that wind have to be to blow a fucking honey pot along with the pig?
Piglet,
Or is the better question, how tiny is Piglet?
please. Hold on, little guy.
Piglet's tiny with a fucking honey pot. That's kind of the whole thing with that. Because we were in the monochrome world, I just remembered I saw this post once, and someone who was looking at old black and white photos asked at what point in history color was invented. They thought the world was black and white because old photos were black and white. They didn't understand that the
Hey, did anyone see that movie that it came out like a few months ago that it was about Christopher Robin being an adult?
Ah, pretty good movie.
Was it?
Hmm?
I expected it to be terrible. Or at least at most inconsequential.
Pretty good.
Never went to see it due to.
We had other bullshit to do. Plus, I think that was oddly like a limited release for some fucking reason.
No, the theater in town's still closed, and
Because they were like updating it. Because the
No.
theater is like old as dirt.
they weren't updating it.
Why did they close it then? It's finally closed from like lack of business?
No! There was a massive leak and a bunch of legal issues
Yeah,
that the owner was too lazy to fix.
for years.
No, well, that theater changed hands a lot.
You mean no one wanted to deal with it? Because the theater's old as fuck.
Yeah, and the people who bought it and put in all the fancy digital projectors in the 3D side weren't making as much money as they would like, so they basically left it.
I don't know why this is making me think of the auto scroller level from Beautiful Joe. That level is terrible.
So basically they closed it down because they had no reason to deal with the leak or whatever the fuck, and they just didn't want to reopen it. Kind of a shame though.
Sora! Oh, Sora, that was frightening. Jump down, Piglet. I'll catch you.
If he's gonna jump down, what was the point of grabbing him in the
You can do it,
minigame?
Piglet. You just have to be brave.
Sora. All right, Sora. I'll try.
I'll try. I'm Piglet.
Doesn't Sora Limited work on Smash Brothers?
Yes, that's Sakurai's company.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that was rather frightening. I do hope you're all right, Piglet.
Oh, Boo. You remembered my name? You really, truly remembered?
Of course, Piglet. But today, I think I shall call you my friend Piglet, who is very brave.
That's a mouthful. Don't
Very
call me
brave?
that.
No, but it's easy to be brave when I have a wonderful friend like you, Pooh Bear.
I'm happy for you guys.
You know, even, like,
Oh,
disregarding the
and thank you for
jokes
rescuing my
about
friend
Pooh Bear
Piglet.
being an
So
evil
what I do
dictator, when you get right down to it, he's kind of a lazy fuck that doesn't do
mention
anything.
it.
He mooses off others. And they just let him. And if they try to stop him, shenanigans ensue. He mooches off other people's work and things.
Yeah, that was a quick poo break.
That was a quick poo in the woods.
Let's go. Yeah.
So this form shoots little laser beams.
Yeah. But the really good thing it does is if you use magic in this form, you can move and use magic at the same time. Remember that for later.
And it does a lot of magic damage. And you got wisdom level 2.
So wisdom form increases experience, gets experience for each heartless you kill. But if we kill 24 more heartless, we level up.
Uh-huh. And now, because of this, good tip, it depends on the individual heartless numbers, not the type. Meaning, it is better to grind wisdom form in a weak area
Yes.
where you can do damage quickly and rapidly. Your oh crap. More advanced Heartless don't offer wisdom form any more experience.
So basically just grind off shadows and soldiers.
Yes. Trying again?
No.
Oh. Oh yeah, that.
Wait, was that literally called the Underdome?
Yes.
That is the most metal name ever.
It's also made of skulls and on fire.
Well, we are in hell.
Underworld Dim Dome. Hold on.
Dim's down. Here we go.
Dim Dome.
Does this make a Doug Dimmadome reference?
Yes.
Do you know why his name is Doug Dimmadome? Because that's the greatest story in the world.
So, the drive gate can't be used, but let's consume less MP than usual.
See, the reason the drive gauge can't be used here is because these would be the best grinding if you could.
Limits are pretty good.
But this would be like the best drive form grinding if you were allowed drive forms in here. That's the reason they basically don't do it.
to follow up that point, the Dimmadome was a background object, and then they wrote an episode.
Because they kept referring to it, they had to eventually write an episode about the guy that owns it. But they thought it would be funny if, like, his name was actually Dimmadome, and that's why it was named that.
He is Doug Dimmadome solely because they found it funny. What if the owner of the Dimmadome, if that was his name?
Yes.
So he is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Hey look, those color guys.
In color? I think in the original game they were red. Yeah.
One of my favorite Heartless types, just...
It's rare in the other world. This is one of the later cups, I'm pretty sure, but one of the trophies for one of these cups is the Sisters of Fate from Greek mythology. If you can find a picture of it, put it up. The Sisters of Fate in SMT4, all of their render are, if you put them together, they're all holding one long line of thread. It actually starts at one and ends with the last one cutting it because of what each of them represented in Greek mythology, being past, present, and future.
Sometimes I forget they were in the Hercules movie.
Yeah.
And then Kratos killed the Sisters of Fate.
Yes. He killed Destiny.
And
I
Death.
I don't even know how you do that.
He killed Death, he killed Destiny. Kratos killed everyone and everything.
And again, another thing, if you can find it, just because I love it, as I said before, throw up the American Jack Brothers cover art, because that is the best, worst thing ever.
Are you still talking about that?
It's the best! It is the fucking best for how bad it is. That is a misunderstanding of what America likes right there. Like, that's the reason I love it, is because it is the most just American, we don't know what the fuck these weird Japanese video games are. So how long is this tournament? How long was the first one?
It's not that long. And with the limit cost, you basically just spam limits. You don't need drive forms. It's interesting seeing the, like, monochrome enemies with the color.
Yes. Which is something I've always wondered in that world, was like, was the world designed first and then they put the monochrome texture over it, or was it like, or was it actually designed in monochrome? Because these enemies, like, due to them being in, like, you know, the Colosseum and things, they have color, but you never see the landmasses. I would really love to know, like, if you could hack into the game's code and remove the, like, monochrome.
Oh god,
effect.
those guys. Anyone else see what Sora was doing?
No.
He had his legs spread and he was like spinning.
Because Valor form levels up every time you hit something, and Wisdom form levels up every time you kill a Heartless. Would that mean you're leveling up both of them if you're, like, when you're just killing stuff?
No.
Or...
No.
It'd be in the form.
Yeah.
You have to be in the form.
Like I said, that's why they don't allow them in things like this. Because this right here, this is the grinding. Just right here. Yeah.
I don't understand.
What?
What do you mean? Thunder.
What the fuck was that?
Things that hit me and do a lot of damage, and since I don't have the good abilities, I just die.
How did that kill you though? You had like half
Thunder.
health.
It's critical mode.
You had like half health.
That's all I'm doing. I'm mad now. I'm tired.
Okay.
Well,
That's an
Whoa.
ending.
I guess I'm going to just abruptly call this a recording then. This has been all of Kingdom Hearts 2 since Sean wanted to stop because of that. I hope you guys enjoyed this Kingdom Hearts 2 recording. We will see you guys next time. I'm about to have some fade out. I'm going to end this recording. But anyway, Sean said he wanted to stop, so I need to end this thing. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, today I have a very special question. So, if you played this game on critical mode, did you actually use the extra options you were given in this game, or did you end up spamming limit breaks and the drive forms? A lot of people try to make an argument that the critical mode of this game is a perfect opportunity to actually use the different options that you have available. However, I noticed most people that beat critical mode do so by spamming a couple of limit breaks, and you also see people constantly spam the drive forms. I would make the argument that despite the fact that people seem to claim that this game has options, most people end up using the fastest and most efficient things to win, and in my opinion, that entirely undermines the point of what people seem to claim critical mode allows you to do. But I don't want to turn this question into a long ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. My social media links and Discord are in the video description. Now, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave some comments. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow me on social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.